All right, for conditional probability, it contains a condition that limits the sample space. What that means is you're not looking at the whole group anymore, you're only looking at one part. And we'll get to what the condition part means when we look at the problem. We know that this means probability of B, given that A already happened. All right. The condition limits the total number of choices that you're going to have. All right. Where does the total number of choices go in the fraction? The bottom. So that means the bottom number is going to be using the condition part to get that part of the answer, if that makes sense. So here's the bottom part down here is the quote unquote formula you need. You find the A and B probability and put that over A. Why does the A go on the bottom? Because that's my condition that it's talking about. All right.
Can I go to the bathroom?
All right. The first thing you need to do, well, let me back up. What you can probably do is this. And go ahead and add up the columns and the rows. It's not that big a deal when there's only like 2 things here. When we get to a bunch of things, you're going to have to do it. So you might as well go ahead and get used to it. Does everybody understand where those numbers are coming from?
Yes.
I did 8 plus 5 is 13, 6 plus 7 is 13, then go across 8 and 6 is 14, 5 and 7 is 12. What you do first is figure out what the condition is. The condition is always the second part. So probability on a pet, given that they're a female. So that means I need to know how many females do I have. Well, in this case, how many females?
14.
Of those females,
8.
how many own a pet? That would be 8. Simplify it, you got your answer.
That's it.
That is it.
Wow.
So you only have to.
All right, so if I'm looking at the next one here, probability of being a male given that they don't own a pet. So what do I start with?
You start with
Don't own a pet. So how many do not own a pet up there?
13.
13. Of those 13 that do not own a pet, how many are male? Doesn't simplify, so I'm done. Probability of female that own a pet. So how many own a pet up here? 13 own a pet, and of those, how many are female?
8.
Doesn't simplify, you're done. Don't own a pet given that they are female. Well, I got to start with the female group, which is 14. Don't own a pet would be
6.
simplifies to 3 over 7. All right, the last one, the word problem. Probability that a person owns a pet given that the person is female. So we need to figure out the condition part first. Which one is the condition? It's always after given that. So given that the person is female, well, female 14. Of those females, how many own a pet? It's the exact same thing as the first question up there. It's just written a different way. All right, any questions there? Find the probability that wash dishes given that they're a male. So how many males do I have? 12. Of those wash dishes, simplify 1/3. Now if you want to again, you can do that and get the totals. Didn't wash given that they're female. So the 14 didn't wash, or excuse me, 14 are females. Of those that did not wash would be 6, 3 over 7. Female given that they did wash. So I'll start with the did wash, which was 12. Of those, how many are female? 8. Should be 2/3. Male given that they did not wash. So did not wash is 14. Males of that group would be 8. 4 out of 7. Last one, the word problem. A person didn't wash dishes given that they are a male. So I'll start with the male column. There's 12 of those. How many didn't wash dishes would be 8. Total of 2/3. Yep. All right, on this one right here, the first thing you need to do is add up the columns. So tell me what the recycled column is when we add it up. 156.3 if I remember right. Going across. All right, so that would be on any one like this where it gives you a bunch of things, go ahead and get the totals. Now, first question says probability of plastic given that it is not recycled. So where do I start? So how much is not recycled?
156.3.
All right, so 156.3 is going to be my denominator. Of that not recycled, how much is plastic?
20.4.
So now, normally we do not deal with fractions and decimals together.
Right.
So in this case, what you're probably going to need to do is go ahead and divide it with the division button. So tell me what that is, divide it out. It's like 05, right? 0.1305. We're going to round it to 2 decimal places and just do 0.13. So when we've got decimals inside of fractions, we need to do that. Metal, given that it's been recycled. Well, give me the fraction.
6.5 over 60.7.
And that is point.
0.42.
No.
No, what?
0.11.
Oh, jump, my fault, coach.
All right, the next one says recycled, given that it's paper. So paper is 83.8.
This one's 0.42.
Recycled and paper is 34.9. Y'all said 0.42.
Yes, sir. I was in the wrong one earlier.
All right. Not recycled, given that it's glass. So glass has 12.
2.9. No.
Not recycled in glass is 9.1. 0.76. All right, recycled, given this from the other group. Other has,
3.1.
and then recycled.
15.3. So it's 0.18.
Not recycled, given this from paper. So paper is 83.8. Not recycled is.
0.58.
All right, now stop right there. On this, you should have been able to tell me that was 0.58 without doing any work.
No, it's
How can I can use this one right here to figure out that one.
Subtract it from 100 over 1.
All right, this is recycled in paper. This is not recycled in paper. The total of that has to be 1 because any probability total has to be 1. So 1 minus 0.42 would have given me that 0.58. The last one, probability of the glass, given that it's been recycled. So recycled is 60.7. Glass of that group, 2.9 divided by 60.7 is